On to example 2 from difficulty 4. We're looking at the expression quantity 2x plus 1 squared plus 10 quantity 2x plus 1 plus 25. So now when you're looking at this, the question asks you to factor, but the temptation, of course, looking at this is to FOIL everything and simplify as much as you possibly can. But you always have to keep in mind what you're being asked to do. So we're asked to factor this. Notice that it almost looks like a quadratic. If I were to hide this and put like a y here, and I'll say like a y here, it would look like a quadratic, like a standard quadratic that we would know how to factor. However, we have this nasty 2x plus 1 here in both the first and second term. Just like the last example, we need to make an appropriate substitution. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let, let's choose y equals 2x plus 1. Then, I like to add verbiage because I'm a mathematician. That's how we do proofs, lots of words. We have the expression 2x plus 1 squared plus 10. It's always a good idea to rewrite your stuff. Plus 25. And that, after our substitution, every place I see a 2x plus 1, I'm going to replace it with the y. So I have y squared plus 10y plus 25. Okay, so now this looks like a normal quadratic that I know how to deal with. At which point I want to find two numbers that multiply to 25 that add to 10. So what are the factors of 25? 5 and 5. All right, do those add to 10? Heck yeah, they do. So fill out our little chart over here. And then this factors very cleanly as y plus 5 times y plus 5. Or if you like, this is y plus 5 squared. Okay. As usual, you might think you're done here. We're not, because this is in terms of y. We had something up here in terms of x. So ideally, we want to resubstitute our original substitution here. So every place we see y, we're going to replace it with the 2x plus 1. I like to leave things in parentheses whenever I substitute. It keeps things accurate and it makes you less prone to making mistakes. So I'll keep this in parentheses when I substitute. So I have quantity 2x plus 1 plus 5. And then that is squared. So all I did was change out the y for the 2x plus 1. You could stop here, but it looks like the inside can be simplified a little bit. So I can drop the parentheses. This is a preliminary step you can skip. So this gives us 2 plus 1 plus 5 squared. Combining like terms wherever possible, this gives me 2x plus 6 quantity squared. Now if I were to FOIL this out, this would give me exactly this if I FOILed all this out. Okay, so that's the caveat. If I were to FOIL this expression here and leave the 2x plus 1 alone, I would get exactly this back. So this is entirely fully factored version of this. At which point we are done with this example.